This is Evangelist George McTyre from the Word of God Ministry. And my comment for today, if you have looked at the title, is that God has flipped the script. Now, in what could be called turnabout is fair play, it appears as if God has flipped the script on the black community. How so? After the black community had been protesting the killing of Trayvon Martin, the black community was demanding that we be respected by the white community in this nation. And now we have a situation that once again puts us in a bad light. A black woman, I believe in Texas, has been arrested and charged with first degree premeditated murder for the killing of a white woman, a mother, 21 years old, I believe, so that this black woman could kidnap the woman's 3-day old baby. Now, her reason supposedly or allegedly for this particular act of violence is so that she could uh, claim that the baby was the child that she had evidently lost through a miscarriage or something, and she wanted a baby to replace the one that she lost. She's going to go out now, mind you. Now, supposedly, I haven't seen the woman's husband or boyfriend, but I'm supposing that both of them are black. Yet this black woman is going to kill a white woman to steal her white baby, to go home and tell her her black boyfriend that this white baby is her. The woman is evidently a few pounds short of a load. But that is beside the point. The point being is this, that when you talk about somebody being gunned down, like people try to say George Zimmerman did to Trayvon Martin, then you look at this situation, you can see there is a difference between what happened between George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin and what happened in this particular case here. This woman was attacked coming out of her doctor's office with her 3-day old baby, and the woman just comes up, grabs the woman's baby, and shoots and kills her to try to get away with the baby. Well, she did get away, but they evidently had enough information on her to find her and arrest her. And then, if that isn't bad enough, then we have a situation in South Carolina where a black McDonald's employee was observed on tape spitting into the cups of a customer's iced tea. In this situation, the circumstances are that the customers ordered some iced tea, and they took a sip of the iced tea, and evidently it wasn't sweet enough, so they asked for another 2 cups of iced tea. They got those cups, and evidently the iced tea still wasn't sweet enough, so they decided they'll wait till they get home and put some more sugar in the iced tea. Well, when they got home and took the lids off, they saw clumps of phlegm on the tops of the, on sitting on the surface of the iced tea. Well, they called the police, and the police went back to the McDonald's restaurant. They looked at the videotape, and lo and behold, here is this black employee apparently spitting into the cups of this iced tea. So, what do we judge from this? Once again, after the black community is trying to demand that we get some respect, then we have situations like this. And mind you, now, this all happened within a period of a week after the charges, and after George Zimmerman was arrested, and the black community was, uh, you know, kind of had their chest stuck out as if to say, yeah, we got it done. We showed them you ain't gonna disrespect us, and then we got this happen. And see the whole thing. Like I say, we spend all this time and energy demanding respect, only to lose it over the absolutely senseless actions of a couple of people that once again reveal that we have a whole lot of problems we need to deal with before we go around demanding that others respect us. I wonder if the Reverend Al Sharpton or Reverend Jesse Jackson are going to try to defend this woman by accusing witnesses of racial profiling. I think that would be too difficult for them, but maybe they will try it for the McDonald's employee. Now, I don't know whether the customers whose drinks he spit in were black or white. It does not make any difference. It's the fact that he did it. What all of this really goes to show is that irregardless of what community you are associated with, black, white, or whatever, when you try to act as if you have no so called skeletons in your closet to the point that you get ridiculous with making accusations against others, God will step in and cast the light on your hypocrisy. This is why Jesus told his followers to get the beam out of their eyes before going around trying to get the mote out of someone else's eyes. Jesus put it like this in Matthew chapter number 7, starting at verse 1. He says, "Judge not, that you be not judged. For with what judgment you judge, you shall be judged, and with what measure you mete, it shall be measured to you again." Verse number 3. "And why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thine own eye? Or how will you say to thy brother, Let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in your eye," or thine eye? "Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam out of thine own eye, and then thou shalt see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye." When we look at the fact that for every act of violence that occurs against the black community by someone outside of our community, there are at least 100 committed within our community. So, what this means is violence against us from outside of our community is the mote or the splinter, while the violence within our community is a beam, or as we would call it, a 2 by 4. However, we act like it doesn't exist. Otherwise, we would be mounting a nationwide outrage against it, just like we did in Florida. Black community, wake up.